How's it going? Welcome to Geek Buzz. I'm Nixie Pixel, here to talk about nerdy stuff that tickles my neurotransmitters, like my most favorite video games of all time. This means favorite video games. In my last video, I was talking to you guys about the games that I was super stoked about for E3. If you haven't seen that video, it's in this invisible box here. That makes me look like a mime. And then I got to thinking, why don't I give you a super amazing list of games? Where do I start? I can't be in any particular order except one, so I'm just gonna go for the basics. And the only basic thing that I can think of right now is dying of dysentery. I remember playing all the Oregon Trails. I started at the very beginning where everything was like in, what, 8-bit, 16-bit, and then moved on upwards to where you were like gathering and hunting, even though everybody knew that if you would hunt, you'd get far too much food. Like, anytime you hunt a buffalo, like, why can you only carry 200 pounds? My favorite part of Oregon Trail, though unexciting you may think it is, fording the river. You can either ford it or you can float it across, and it was like, oh, the tension. Get over here. General Sex said. Just thinking about the Mortal Kombat series, it just puts a little smile on my face. I mean, I went from playing with my best friend Mortal Kombat the Trilogy. We would sneak into her older brother's room while he was gone and play like while we ate Freezy Pops, just over and over and over. I think I narrowed it down to like Shiva. Let's see, who else? Melina, because you know, she got a butterface, but all the rest she got it going on. I still don't know what they ever did with the Whoopsies guy. I love that guy. It's like, Whoopsie, Frosty, Toasty. He's not there anymore. Baldur's Gate. That game was freaking huge. I think it had like 6 discs. I remember because I lost one and buy the whole freaking set over again. I loved it because it was the first time I really got that sense where I was going in there and getting loots and controlling my individual characters. I felt like it was D&D kind of projected into the game. I felt even more about that with Neverwinter Nights 1, which would make sense because it was they were handshaking with Wizard basically the whole time. But I digress. The story was so good and the controls were really awesome. I just noticed I'm saying a lot of PC titles. Have I thought of any console? The sexiest shooter of all time, and no, I'm not talking Perfect Dark, I'm talking Alien vs. Predator 2. You could run around and be a queen alien. I remember like the mode that they started out with. You'd start out as a face hugger, and then you would grow and grow. You'd be like a runner, and then you'd become like a pred alien, and then you'd be like the queen alien. And I have to say though, all queen mode aside, face huggers are freaking terrifying in this game. I mean, you can't really see them, and unless you have like that noobish smart gun thing that tracks them, you can't really kill them either. So all of a sudden you see like, freaking, ooh, got goosebumps just thinking about it. Speaking of face huggers, Leisure Suit Larry. What? Even to this day, I haven't played a more smutty game with as much depth as Leisure Suit Larry. I mean, Passionate Patty, right? Passionate Patty? Ooh. Do you remember the cursor, the little zipper cursor that was the same through like all 7 games? I wish I had a zipper cursor in real life. I'm going to enunciate when I say this next one. Battlefield 2. I played the previous ones, and I played a lot of really good shooters like Half-Life 1 and Unreal Tournament 2004 with the sexy voice that counts down like 3, 2. But what really made my geeky heart go boom 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 is Battlefield 2. It had everything that I wanted. Squad chat. I just had to throw that out there because Battlefield 3 hasn't managed to figure that out yet. I enjoyed being the commander, and that is something I had never really seen. You could do supply drops, I could issue orders to my squad leaders, the squad leaders would tell their little minions, and it was beautiful. You could get in a tank, you could fly in a Black Hawk, Do not missay that word, oh boy. You can fly a Black Hawk and even jets, and you know, when you feel like you're an infantry guy, you play an integral role in your troop. So that's what I really like. I miss that a lot. It's time for number 1, and I've been withholding this information for 3 years until I made a video like this, so I'll give you 2 seconds to guess it. It's Grim Fandango. Not many people have heard about it, but those who've played it have usually told me that it's the best adventure game that they've ever played in their life. It's centered around skeleton salespeople, and if you think about it, Grim Reaper, Grim Fandango, Manny Calavera is the number 1, I guess you could say, protagonist. He brings him into the office and he goes over what kind of package that recently deceased person can afford, you know, to get to heaven. And because of a minor computer incident, he ends up sending a pretty girl, which is also a saint, to walk to heaven, which takes like 8 years. So he said, I'm not having this, and he runs after her. And this is the whole story of how it transpires. It was written by Tim Schafer, so I figure that's pretty much all I have to say now. But if I have to say more, I will say plot, sound score, characters, voice acting, graphics, humor. Oh my god. Play it! I'm not sure if this really makes sense, but Grim Fandango was the one game that totally immersed me and brought me into being a gamer. Now I know that was a lot to take in, but I bet you guys have even more suggestions on games, some that I haven't played, haven't thought of. Let me know what they are in the below bar and why they're your favorite, because I am willing to fire up my DOSBox again if I'm convinced. And if they're really, really good, I guess I could play some new games too. So thanks for watching. Be sure to give this llama some love and subscribe. We make new videos every Wednesday. Okay, well, I guess that is too Jenna Marbles, but I love her, damn it. Oh my god! If you're watching this from a nudist colony, the following message does not apply to you. If you love alternative apparel brands like American Apparel, but hate wasting all your cash on them, listen up. You can score these premium brands at up to 80% off every day. There's a new invite-only shopping club just for guys called JackThreads, serving up brand names at prices that will melt your brain. There's a waitlist to join, but if you head over to jackthreads.com/geekbuzz, I will give you instant access to all the killer hookups. So do it now, get in the chopper!